Today's video is dedicated to one part of our body that we use all the time but rarely notice, our hands. In this activity, we are going to focus on our hands, move them a lot, listen to some music together, and try to really explore how we can move our hands, play with them, and hopefully, by the end of the activity, feel more relaxed and more calm to our body and mind. So you're going to see me, as I said before, we're going to listen, to some music together. So you are going to see me moving my hands on my own way to this music. Please feel free to not copy my movements, but try to really explore and experiment and play with the music and find your own movements. Also, if you feel at any point of the activity that you are not comfortable with it, you feel irritated or any kind of pain, physical or emotional, please feel free to stop it or modify it any way you want. So in order to start, find a comfortable position, either laying down or seated or standing up. Just be sure that you have some space for your hands to move and that they are free to move. I will start seated today, and in this position that you have found, when you're ready, start paying attention to your hands and look at them as if you see them for the first time ever. So imagine that you want to get to know them, you want to say hello to them. Start observing them, start observing their shape, their size, the color of your skin. Start observing the different parts of them, your fingers, your fingernails, your palms, any lines in your hands, any spots, any birthmarks. Your veins, any wrinkles you might have. The hair that you might have on your forearms. Just observe your hands as if you see them for the first time. And you want to get to know them really, really well, and now start moving them as well. Start exploring how they can move. You can start with small movements as with your fingers and then move to your whole hand. And just play with their movements a little bit and see what you can do with them. Remember that you are getting to know them right now, so it's something new. You don't know how they move, how they can move. Some movements may feel comfortable and more familiar, and others very strange. So let's try different things. And now start rubbing them to also feel your hands and start rubbing them together, massage them together. We are getting to know them even better right now. We feel our skin, our bones, the muscles of our hands. And also we are waking them up and preparing them for the drawing we are going to make, which you're going to see what it is in a minute. And now shake them, just to make sure that we really wake them up and that we let the blood flow and reach the end of our fingertips. Shake them. Nice, and now calm down little by little. And I mentioned the painting before, so we're going to imagine that we have a blank piece of paper in front of us. And as I said at the beginning, we are going to listen to some music together, and we are going to imagine that we have paint in our hands, every color you can imagine and you want right now, and you have paint in your fingers, your palms, maybe your forearms, your elbows, and you want to listen to the music, and as you listen to the music, draw in this imaginary piece of paper and create your own unique drawing with your hands. You can follow an instrument, a rhythm, something that draws your attention, a melody, whatever you want, and experiment and make big movements or small movements. You can stop whenever you want, and or don't follow the music when you don't want to. And please really try to feel the music and not to overthink it. So there is no right or wrong. Play with it, have fun with it, and just experiment with this imaginary drawing. And if it helps you, close your eyes. If not, you can always follow. For me, it helps me a lot follow my hands with my gaze, so you can do that. Or do whatever makes you feel more comfortable and more free to do this activity. So I'm going to put on the music, and at the beginning, let's try and listen for some seconds without moving, and then we're going to move little by little. So let's see what happens. So gradually we see the blank paper in front of us, and our hands start moving, and we start feeling the paint in our hands. So maybe now they are ready to paint the paper. You can start with one color and then move to a lot, or begin with a very colorful drawing. Observe the shapes that you're making, the colors that you're putting, how big or small you're making this painting. Which parts of your hands you're moving. Maybe you're splashing the paint. Nice! And now the music has stopped. So let's take a second and observe the painting that we created, the imaginary painting, and let's observe the shapes we made, the colors we put, how big or small it is, the movements we made. We can see them in the painting. And observe it for a second, imagine it in front of you. And now let's think that we are taking it in front of us, we are putting it to our side, and we are going back to our hands. Observe your hands. How do you see them right now? How do you feel them right now? Do they seem any different than before? Do they seem more familiar? Did they surprise you with their movements, with what they can do? and how they feel. They feel different than before. I feel them more warm. I feel them more energized because I moved them a lot and I worked a lot with them, and I also feel a lot my shoulders right now because they also worked a lot to allow my hands and my arms to move. So how do you feel your arms and your hands right now? And also observe how do you feel the rest of your body. I feel my head lighter, so I think that my mind relaxed a little bit during this activity. How do you feel yours? Do you feel any part of your body different than before? Just take a second and observe your body right now. And if you have observed it and you are back to my voice, I want to tell you that this is an activity that you can use whenever you want, with whatever music you like, and you don't have to use this exact music. It can be any piece of music you like and you want, and also that you can use any part of your body, so it doesn't have to be your hands. It can also be your feet, your legs, your back, your head. Just let your imagination free and play with this activity, play with it, and see what colors you can put, see what shapes you can make with the different parts of your body, how big of the movements you can do, or how small. Just experiment with it, and I hope that it was a fun activity for you, that it helped you feel a little bit more relaxed and more calm. And this is the end of today's video. Thank you very much for being with me.